We're rolling.
We rolling?
Yeah.
Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings is real. Yo, listen, man. All praises. We give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by today's word. We got the elder here and myself. It's gonna be a quick word, man. When you get a chance, we're gonna kick him off with Sirach 39, 28, 29. When you get a chance. Sirach 39, verse 28, 29. As the elder load up the word, listen, man, I was just talking off the camera. I was just talking to him. For those who have followed us for quite a while, y'all know we lost our dads over a year ago, 6 months apart. And I was just talking to the elder off camera, man, how in the eyes of the world, his dad was a real big time individual. But for us in the spirit, we have to, humble ourselves and look at it as not really what's the big deal. But coming from where we come from, especially, we come from the same zip code, 53206, and to be, come from, to have a father that was considered a legend. That's huge. Even though us being spiritual men, we still have fleshly, carnalism sometimes. Him, on the other hand, it's just a regular. He ain't really that big on it. Me, it's like big shit, man. So it's like, that's why I call him the elder, the spiritual head, because in the world, his dad was huge, but he never approached that way. Most of us really never knew who his father was or how famous he was, but he knew. But to him, it was like, eh. But then when his father died, that's when I realized, like, whoa, like he told me, but I didn't understand the magnitude. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I say that because Grape Drink, if you watching, if the way how me and him get down, if we can prove, man, y'all did that bullshit, we on y'all shit, man. Mm-hmm. Now look, the scripture we're gonna come out with, man, me and the elder have counsel all the time. And he actually introduced me to this scripture many years ago, and it still reigns supreme today. No matter who you are, you can be minding your own business. Drama, death, all that will come, and it comes in so many different forms to where you don't even understand how it comes. But elder, if you can be so kind, man, to give us that that Sirach 39 verse 28, 29, because a lot of people think, bro, that there's certain individuals that'll come and knock your wig off. Mm-hmm. But when you introduced me to that scripture, I realized, like, wait a minute. So when the Lord do that bullshit, a lot of times he can just make a phone call and be like, hey, I need you to go
pick that loot up for me. Put you on the lick.
Hey, tell them what we talking about, bro.
Talking about the Lord putting niggas on licks.
What it say?
Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
So, bro, can you enlighten the congregation when it says spirits created for vengeance? Can you give them an example? Because when we talk about this, man, people will hear that and be like, oh yeah, I hear that, but I mean, I don't understand what's the significance of that. In other words, a lot of times when a lot of y'all get fucked up, the Lord hire henchmen through the spirit to come get on your shit.
Yeah.
So when the police come, the only person they gonna have to answer to is the Lord. That's how he gets down. When we say ass hairs, That's what we saying. Like, dog, the Lord so gangster, he could call his phone and be like, hey, I got a job for you.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He got to do that job. Because this is, see, we comfortable slaying niggas with this. But the Lord, like, you know what? If I call you and I have you go do that bullshit, you got to go handle that. That spirit is created for vengeance. And it's real, man. What did it say? Death. What was it? Death.
Fire,
verse 29. Yeah, fire,
hail, famine,
death. So a lot of these, like in Milwaukee, the death rate has increased the last 3 years. That's part of that spirit for vengeance. So when people want to find out why all these deaths is happening, a lot of it is because the Lord is out here with his whoop ass stick. Hey, we got the third member, aka Garment of the Century, just joined us. The elder son, well beyond his years in knowledge and wisdom. So you little young punks out there, man, this dude, man, run circles around you niggas, man. So, hey, we have the luxury. Me and his old man had a luxury to kind of just. We could kind of kick back and just be light, but at any given moment, man, we could, hey, he could sick that pit bull on y'all, man. Y'all niggas is done. What are we talking about? Death, man. Here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the elder, we talk about it, we can't even keep up with it. It's so many murders here. And we ain't gonna talk y'all ear off. It's gonna be a quick word today, man. It's like I told the elder, it's various topics we're gonna speak on. I just wanted to kick it off with spirits created for vengeance, man, because a lot of people out here is on bullshit. I'm telling you. And a lot of these murders, man, all these murders, the Lord's signature is on them. So don't get it twisted. And I'd be glad when somebody on the murder scene just say, man, the Lord done killed another one. I would love to hear someone say that.
Bro,
Come.
An 18-year-old female got killed in Whitefish Bay.
Whoa.
On at 2:45 a.m. 18-year-old on Anita Avenue in Hampton down here in Whitefish Bay.
That's them apartments over there.
That's crazy.
See that? Now, I'm going to tell you what's crazy about that, bro.
That's past the gas station? Or
That's
like right by the park?
I think it's just before that. It's just before you get to...
It's not the nigga side.
Nah. It's definitely right there for you. I know the park you're talking about. You know what CVS said? It's them apartments before that.
Yeah.
That's what I think that is over there, all in that little area over there. You know, the wife had a spot over there, and that's funny because the last 2 murders that we done came across is areas where the Wiz frequent. You know what I'm saying? So the elder just looked up something just on the fly, and an 18-year-old have been killed in an area, a well-to-do grape drink area. I'm talking about where it's probably 0 murders per year there. It's happening. Like murders are happening in places in neighborhoods that you would never expect.
Right, an 18-year-old with multiple gunshot wounds. So that's probably like some boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's some of that. Hey, if I can't have you, he can't either. Mm-hmm. Type shit. So what are we saying, y'all? Listen. Death, famine. I mean, the elder broke it down eloquently, man. Of what we got going on here. And let me just drive this point home, man, because like I said, it's going to be quick, man. We trying to stay out the way. You got niggas here gearing up for this so-called New Year's, and we gearing up to see if the Lord going to allow us to see another day. And it says fire and hail. Part of that fire is gunfire. These bullets ain't got no names on them. So it ain't no coincidences. So if you know how they say a stray bullet, ain't no such a thing as stray bullet. That bullet was intended strictly for you at the time, and the Lord put you right in position to get that bullet. It says famine. A lot of people out here shoplifting, stealing for meat, hungry. Like people forget that aspect of it. These people out here on their ass, and they'll damn near kill you if it come down to it, just to get something to eat.
Yeah.
And then it says death. These were created for vengeance. So a lot of people are getting killed because this is what's been created for vengeance. So men and brother, we talked about how it's 200 and something murders right here in Milwaukee, and only half of those shits, no, only 40% of those murders have been solved. So you got over 100 of those 200 murderers walking the street right now.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? What if we told you those 100 people are out here for the purpose of to commit murder? They hire guns. So what are we saying? Anybody you come across right now, a lot of these murders that's taking place is based off vengeance. A lot of people done fuck people over and it then caught up to them. All we hear on the news is somebody got fucked up, but when you go deeper into it, you find out, oh, a dog that was robbing and stealing over there, or a dude was over there doing this and this and that. What are we saying? 9 out of 10 times when you hear a nigga got killed, he done something to put himself in position to get that work. You don't really hear too many so-called innocent people. You know how they be like, he ain't bother nobody. He was to himself. He just went to work every day and came home. Yeah. The Lord don't care about that. What about what you did in 97, 1997, or in 2001? You know what I'm saying? What about when you was in the car when you knew old boy was finna go do that bullshit, and then you figure it's been 20 years? What it say? Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Cause judgment ain't speedily.
Yeah.
Niggas 10 toes, but hey, dog, let's do that shit again. That shit was kind of cool, man. You know, it's sad. And next thing you know, think about it this way. Since you have been born, every wicked deed that you have done is recorded. The Lord got that recorded. Just like these dumb niggas here in Milwaukee committing murders, and there's cameras everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. The Lord is like, damn, you niggas can't be that gone. So what are we saying, dude? At the end of the day, man, if you ain't putting the fear of the Lord, making the Lord your primary goal, dude, you might well just call it a wrap right now. Us three, life for us is miserable. Especially us two. We almost up out of here. His son is just now getting into that area where he really starting to come into that young adult world. But me and his dad, we've been where he at, and he in a much better position spiritually than we were at 28. But me and this man here, our lives is really miserable. Like, we trying to figure out how to pass the time and get out of the way at the same time. Like, we don't wake up and be excited. We don't have nothing excited to look forward to.
No.
Like, this is, we not, are we making this up out? Like, it's like, dude.
Excitement in life is over with.
Yeah.
For a grown man, because there's only a couple things that should excite you: the company of a woman and really outside of the spirit. That's it. Like,
yeah, when
you assess all of the enchantments that have been put on us,
yeah,
none of this stuff is sports.
Yeah.
TV, shopping.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Nah, it's
and
like
a grown man can assess that, but I don't think a lot of people, especially women and younger men, they not most men stay enchanted their whole life, but
facts.
I'm definitely disenchanted with the enchantments.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't work.
Right.
You might be able to get a nigga with a good decent meal, but you won't get them to an expensive restaurant because we understand that the expensive restaurant is an enchantment in it.
I mean,
so we trapped in the matrix.
Facts. Yeah. And I'm gonna lean on to the elder, like, to add on to what he's saying. He just experienced something very, very special, very, very generational moment, October this year. with him and his family, what they partook in. That's things like that that nature is really all you got left to live for. I mean, my brother, hey man, he did something very, very, very unpopular in our community. Like we're not able to get away and just fellowship with your family and just get away from everybody and be, go somewhere and be in peace. And my brother was able to do that, and he was so refreshed from it. He still watched the videos of such a great time that they had, and that's pretty much the only consolation prize to on this side.
There's no television, no. I don't watch TV. I done basically left social media alone. I don't watch TV. The enchantment of nigga being obsessed with an automobile, that's over.
Con.
I kind of look at it like as long as my car run.
Facts, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's another thing, man. Like, y'all don't understand, man. We at the end of this thing, but a lot of people gearing up like life just starting to begin. No, this shit is done, dude. It's done. Like I said, man, like when we were younger in the world, materials was all we lived for. Clothes, material, kicking it, traveling. How fucking stupid were we not knowing what's much better on the other side? This ain't nothing better than this. But here's the thing. When you live by this, it's not designed for you to have fun. It's not designed for you to be in the celebratory spirit. This here is designed for you to be fucked up all the time because the fear of the Lord. Your primary duty with this is the fear of the Lord and to be obedient to him. You know how much pressure that is, even for spiritual men? Even for spiritual men, dude, like, what it say? Yahweh the only one was guiltless. So that means if you're a man, even dealing with this, you are subject to fault. You are subject to stumbling. And like you said, the enchantment and things like that, you don't think we get enchanted? That's why we have to come back and push the reset button, because it's like, wait a minute, dog, we can, whoa.
Like I'm so lost right now because I'm starting to realize that us as black men, we more than halfway over.
Yeah. So
our days now are just numbered.
Yeah.
Especially being a black man, our 50 is like 70.
Facts.
So it's like, dang, we still here, and there's nothing here for us.
Right. And we just waiting to die, like you said.
Just waiting to die, really.
I know that sounds crazy to y'all. Don't get it twisted. We're not suicidal minded. Okay, we're just saying that right now, man, we're just pretty much waiting on the Lord to come back and do that demonstration and hope that we get an invite to the kingdom. Because that's where we'll really be in our right spirit and on the right side of things, man.
It's like, okay, here we are. The Lord blessed us with good health at 50 as black men. And then here we are with a decent enough income to do, quote unquote, what's considered what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And then here you find yourself not wanting to do none of these things.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute. I mean, remember when you was enchanted by a big TV?
Yeah.
Now it's like nobody want to watch TV.
Nah, ain't nothing on there, dog. It's just a big shit box.
So it's like, okay, I got the big TV and I don't want to watch it.
Facts.
And then you realize that, okay, they sold us this enchantment of clothing, but where am I wearing them?
Right, cause you gotta be in the world to really wear them and feel like they being useless.
Guess what I found was one of the biggest enchantments for anybody, male or female? The Diderot effect.
Oh, that's heavy, bro.
I bought the shoes, now I need the socks. Now I got the socks, let me get the pants.
Now I gotta get the belt.
Now I got the belt. Now my closet look raggedy, let me paint my closet.
Right.
So the Diderot effect can start with something really, with something, a non-variable,
right.
Very minuscule.
Right.
It's like a fork, and that new set of forks turn into a remodeled kitchen.
Right.
Because one purchase always stimulates the next person.
And then the next, and the next, and the next. Then you full blown.
You got all this stuff.
Right, right.
But then you saying to yourself, what do all this stuff mean? Like, if you looking at traveling, if you looking at sitting in one spot as opposed to traveling, if you the type of person that loves to just sit in the same spot,
yeah,
then probably a lot of stuff you probably gonna be the type of person who want to have a whole bunch of stuff.
right.
But once you start realizing that life is lived on a satellite, see, I believe that black people, especially the Israelites, we were trained wrong. We were taught that this is where we live, instead of being taught that we live in the world. We not taught that we live in the world. We should be.
Right.
We taught that we live on 56 in Hampton.
Right.
No, man, you a citizen of the world. You live wherever you live in the world.
Right.
So if you looking, Beijing, China got this cheeseburger. Oh man, that's too far. Or you have this outlook on life that keeps you in a box.
Yep.
So from what I've experienced with speaking to so many different people by the way of my profession, I've noticed that that's real common with black males.
Right.
They'll make an excuse for being stuck.
Yep.
So you'll say, man, so for instance, I told one of my clients, I said, man, when I went to Puerto Rico, I didn't know that it was as dangerous as it was. So I was there. Yeah, man, that's why I forget that I wouldn't be going to no place like that.
I remember that, yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? What you say, it makes logical sense. I get it. Nobody wants to walk into an uncomfortable, unfamiliar situation that may be potentially dangerous. But you live in Milwaukee, man. Nothing's more potentially dangerous and threatening than this place.
And your product, the product of your environment.
And that mindset that grabbed us and made us think that as long as you can go to the shopping mall, as long as you can talk to some female, and as long as you can dress up and go get you something to eat, you living life.
Right.
Not realizing that, no, man, you actually stuck. And you stuck real bad, too.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, bro. The fact that you was able to do what you did with your family, that's a generational curse being brought.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for the black family.
Yeah, it's a generational curse being brought. I was aware of it the whole time. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, man, this ain't easy to pull off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the reason why it goes so long, man. So the timing, like the Lord put y'all in position at the right time, the right season, to be able to say, hey, let's do it. And now, guess what, bro? Memories is something that is priceless. Like, Lord willing, if you and your family live to be old, that video of that time when y'all go back, y'all go back to that time. It's gonna be a mark, a bookmark.
Right, because even though we feel old,
if
we live long enough, there'll be a time that where we'll look at that video and say, "Man, look at how young we were." You know?
Yeah. How we look all the time, ish. Because we're gonna be quick today, man. Hey, that garment is buttery.
24.
You can stop him.
Yeah.